Hello everyone, welcome to this version of my video. Today I'm going to be talking about what is new on WipFrag. I'm going to be walking you through the new profile arrangement on WipFrag that allows you to arrange your folder, and I'm going to be talking about how to delete analysis on the software and how to use the archiving tool for cleaning up your space on the cloud. As you know, definitely you have two stages in deleting analysis on the software. You have your analysis on the local space and you also have a space on the cloud. Okay, let's get started with what is new on the interface. First, I like to talk about the project arrangement. It's a new arrangement right now whereby you have each of the folder here for you to go through, so you can easily separate your analysis to different folder. In case if you're working in a mine and you have different blast at different bench levels, so you want to rename the bench. For example, if this is bench 1 and you want to analyze image on bench 1, so you want to bring those images in here, so you can create the folder ahead by creating a folder. So then you click that and import those images into this folder that you already created. So when you click bench 1, it brings you to the workspace within the folder. So before, we do have those folders together with the images, but now the folders are separated. This is good for those who are doing a lot of analysis, especially in the on site. So you want to classify those images based on the bench, or based on the mine name, or based on the kind of blast that you are doing. Probably you want to do multiple blasts and you want to separate the images from each of the blasts, and in future or going forward for continuous improvement, you want to match those images. So the new folder arrangement makes that easy. You can easily scan through the folders and you can open each of the folder and analysis separately. So as you can see here, I have a project, ongoing project, which is the project in a granite quarry, and I have them separated. So for example, I have an image that is not part of the folder, so you can delete the image. You can also have a copy of the image on the cloud, which will bring us to how to use the archiving tool. When do you need to use the archiving tool? So I like to mention right now that you can currently track the progress of the size that you have on the cloud. So why do you need the cloud, and how is the cloud designed to be used? The cloud system is designed to be used to support teamwork. Probably you have team of people working together on a blast image assessment, so you want to take the picture on a device and access those picture in other kind of devices that you have as a team. So the cloud system allow you to do that. So for now, we have a limit of 1 gig on the cloud, which is the limit right now. You have more than 1 gig limit capacity right now, but starting from 90 days from now, the cloud limit will be to 1 gig capacity. So will this affect the amount of analysis that you can do on your software on a specific device? No, this will only limit the amount of image that you can have on the cloud at once. So the cloud system is just like a separate storage system that allows every other devices to access that specific image whenever they log in with your username or password from their end. So moving forward, before you have an analysis on the cloud, the analysis is first saved on the local disk on your local device. So every images you are capturing, every analysis you are trying to do on a specific device is stored on that device where you are right there on site. So first thing I want to do here, as you can see, before you can have the analysis saved or archived, you want to make sure you complete that analysis. So those analyses that are completed will show a green mark, as you can see on this specific analysis right now. So it's green marked. That means the analysis is completed, and now you can either archive it or you can do whatsoever thing you want to do with it. So as I've said, you want to complete the analysis. So first, let's do let's go through this analysis. So this is an analysis. Let's set up the scale. So we set up the scale here. The scale is 100 millimeter. You select the unit you want to work with. So we'll set up the scale here if you have a scale on it. So we complete the scale. We do the edge detection. Let's generate the net. So we generate the net. allow the AI thing to detect the edges of the particle. You double click and activate the heat map. If there is need for editing, you want to walk through the editing guide, check the 20 biggest particle, hold on to it, check the 50 biggest particle, use the editing tool. We have 8 editing tool here that allow you to clean the existing net, create a new net, or account for fines, or break down particles with fusion error and the likes. And you can also use the area of interest also, to account for those area that you want to include in the analysis. So we are done with this. We want to generate the next. So you generate the result. As you know, the result will give you the graph and the sieves. You can adjust any of these. You can edit the name. So if this is blast image 1, for example, you edit that. This is blast image 1, or if you have underscore, that is, you have any other additional image, you have that, you can edit that, and you have the report out. So let's go back to our workspace. So this is my device 1. I'm working on the device, and now we have completed this image analysis. So as soon as you are done on that device, you can see synchronizing cloud uploading progress bar appearing on the image. So that's showing that the software on this particular device that we are analyzing today in this video, the software have saved a copy of this analysis on this device, and in addition, the software has also upload a copy of this particular image is being uploaded to the cloud. So the cloud system is just unique to your account. So that particular image has now been uploaded. So you can see we receive a notification that synchronization has been done. So you have the green arrow. So one thing you want to do is to make sure the synchronization process are complete. So you have that arrow progress bar showed forth, and as soon as the arrow progress bar is done, you know definitely that has been synchronized to the cloud. Now you have a storage. So what happened when you try to delete that particular analysis? So this particular analysis that we've completed, if we try to delete it from this particular device, as I've said, the cloud system allow you to save a copy of that image on the cloud that you can access on every other devices, and with that still having a copy of it on this particular device that we are using. So now that you have your teammate, or you want to work on another device, probably if right now we are working on the Windows version, if you want to open the same the software on your mobile device, you log in with the same username and password, and you want to access this particular analysis on that on the cloud from your mobile device. So all you need to do is to go to the cloud. As you can see, now we have the local workspace and the cloud. So we now separate the local storage, local workspace and the cloud. So on the local storage, you have on the local workspace, which is this that we have right now. Then on the other side, beside the local workspace icon, you have the cloud icon. So right now we don't have anything to download from other device on this particular folder. So what happens if we delete this analysis, the analysis we just completed? Let's do that. So as I've said, right now we have two ways to which you can remove an analysis from the software. You can either remove it from your workspace, that is from this particular device that we are working. If you remove it from this device, then you definitely still have a copy on the cloud. So let's do that. Let's remove this analysis from this device. So you click select, then you select the analysis. You can select as many as you can, and right now the software is smart enough to work with Control A. You want to select everything that is on the workspace, you can do that all together at once. All you need to do is to open the folder and click Control A, and when you select, then you click Control A, everything is selected, and you can do everything at once. Okay, so right now we just want to select this particular analysis. You see we've completed it, so we want to select that, and we allow that to synchronize. As I've said, you make sure the synchronization process is complete, that is, the cloud has been updated. Every point in time when you work on the analysis, the system itself will automatically update every version that you have on the cloud. So let's remove this analysis from this device today. So you select the analysis, you go to the three dots right here. So you can see we have three options. Okay, in this particular icon, you can remove, download, that is, you remove from this device and you still have a copy on the cloud. You can archive, then you can delete from the account. So when you remove from this device, for example, let's do that. You see it said confirm remove from this device. So the analysis will not be deleted from the account. That is, you still have a copy on the cloud that you can download into any other device. So you are only removing it. So let's do that. So we remove the analysis. The analysis is gone from our workspace here, but you know what, the analysis will still be on the cloud. So the analysis is still on the cloud, it's stored on the cloud like a bin that holds that analysis, such that if there are other team members that still have interest in that analysis, they can download it to their workspace. Okay, let's try to download that. When you click it, the software is going to download it back to your workspace. So you see it's still here now because we've clicked it, it's downloading to our workspace. So you see the arrow is pointing down. That makes you are downloading it into the device. When you are uploading it, the arrow points up and it shows a progress bar. Okay, so now the downloading is complete. You see the analysis is out of the cloud space for this device, now is on the local space. Okay, now it's back to the local space. You can continue your analysis. Okay, then if we want to delete this image temporarily, but we want to archive it to our local devices. So that's where the archiving tool comes in play. So now we want to archive these images. We want to save a copy of it to a device and also archive the data on the cloud. So doing this will help you free up space. As I've said earlier, you only have 1 gig capacity on the cloud, but you have unlimited capacity on your local disk. You can continue uploading those analyses on your local disk, but as soon as the cloud storage system reach 1 gig, you won't be able to save on the cloud such that you can access it on another device. Okay, let's do the archiving thing. So one thing you want to do first is to select that particular analysis. So if you want to select everything, you can do that, and if you want to select one after the other, you can do that. So I want to delete this particular image completely from the device. This is how to delete completely from this device and also from the account. We don't want any copy on the cloud. So you select this particular image because I don't need it. I was just texting the camera on the app. Okay, so you go to the 3 dots, and instead of remove, we select delete from account. So right now we want to delete it from the account. If you delete it, it's lost, you can't access it again. So here you give a command on the prompt icon, so you enter delete. So when you get to that, you say type delete to confirm. So this is to avoid sometimes, oh yeah, it was a wrong image, you don't want to delete it. So it's like a two-stage of deleting. You have to reconfirm before the software actually delete it completely from your account. So now we delete completely. There is no copy on the cloud, everything is gone. We free up the space. So the other way of freeing up the space is using the archiving. As I've said, the first way is that if you want to delete those analyses, you definitely know that you don't need the analysis again, you don't need the image again, you don't need the data. So you can delete completely from the account. When you delete completely from the account, everything is gone from that account. You don't have any copy on the cloud, there is no copy on the device. But now that you have your storage is your cloud storage is getting close to one gig, or you are above 1 gig. So what you want to do now is to archive the images. So you archive the analysis. The first thing you want to do is to select those images that you want to archive. As you can see, I select them. You go to the 3 dots, then you use the second option. You can see the remove. I told you earlier that the remove will remove from your workspace, that is only from this device, and a copy will be on the cloud. Note fully well that the cloud storage capacity is just 1 gig. When you hit that, above that, which will not allow you to be able to save any image or analysis on the cloud going forward. And if you're unable to save analysis on the cloud, that means you can't access that analysis on the cloud from other devices, but the analysis will still be on the local device, that is that specific device on which you do the analysis. But if you want to enjoy the benefit of saving a copy of that on your local disk, then you want to use the archiving. So the archiving tool will allow you to do a lot of things. So let's go ahead and archive 3 of these images. Okay, the first thing, you select select the three images, you go to the three dots, then you go to archive. Okay, you select archive. So here are what the archive tool will do for you. Archiving an analysis will allow you to first save a copy to the computer, that is this local computer that we are archiving from. A copy of the analysis file will be saved on that device. Then the software also, upon archiving, will remove the analysis from your account completely. That is, you free the space from the account, from the cloud account. Then from there, you will also retain all output data and metadata in the cloud. So the cloud will still hold the output data on the cloud. So you still have access to it on the cloud whenever you import it from any other devices. Then from there, you also free up the space. Note fully well that you only have 1 gig cloud storage capacity. So okay, let's go ahead and save this archive these three images. So from there, these are the images. It allows you to view them so that you don't, you don't mistakenly archive the wrong ones. Okay, so you click next, and from there you select. Okay, the software is asking, where do you want to save a copy of these images on your local disk, on this local device? So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you go to a particular area where you want to archive. So you name a folder, like you name it archive. So as you can see on my hand, I have my archive folder. So I already created that. So you create a folder on any of your space that you want. So you create it, and you navigate down there. As you can see, I navigate down to the folder where I want to save a local copy of those folders. So you save that. So now that has been archived. That folder has been selected. So I want the software to save a copy of those images of the analysis file in that particular folder. So the next thing you want to do is to enter archive. You see, type archive to confirm. So I'm entering archive right now to confirm that indeed I want the software to progress by saving a copy of those analysis on our local file, on my local computer. Then archive does the output data on the cloud and clear the storage that those analysis is occupying. So this might be a blast from last year that you are done with, but you still have interest in the file or in the data, so you can easily archive them and free up space for your current operation. So now let's archive those analyses. So the software will show you a progress bar of the process, whereby the software is saving a copy on your local disk, archiving the data on the cloud, and also freeing the storage space on your account. So now we have it 100% complete. So you see, successfully archived. A successful archived means that the software have saved a copy of this on your local device, and I've also saved the data on the cloud, and now it's going to free up the workspace on this particular account. So there you can see, by archiving my old data, I saved 9 megabytes on my cloud. As I've said, the archiving thing and the cloud storage capacity limit do not affect the number of analysis that you can do on the software, or the number of images that you can analyze on the software. The only thing that the archiving is all about is freeing up space on the cloud. That is the cloud that allows you to synchronize the analysis you're working on with your colleagues, or with your other devices that you're using the account on. Now we are done with the archiving, so we close. Then another way around, also in some scenario, you might have your analysis on the cloud already. Like for example, you already delete this from this particular device. Okay, we delete it on the device. So this is the workspace. You switch back to the cloud space. So you can also archive the analysis on the cloud space by selecting them. Right now we improve such that you know what the analysis on the cloud space looks like. The size. So you can select them also, and you can download them back onto the device to actually archive them on your local device and also on the cloud. So yeah, that is a bit about the archiving tool. As I've said, the archiving tool will help you just to do a bit of cover up again. The archiving tool will allow you to save a copy of those numerous analyses that you have on your workspace that you don't currently need now, because they are old black images or old images that you've analyzed. So but having them on your cloud occupying space will affect because you only have a limit to the cloud space. So you want to save a copy of those analyses on your local device. You want to remove the analysis from the account because they are old images and they are old analysis, but you still want to retain the